Hello and welcome to some more Dwarf Fortress 2015 with me, the Green Dragon. We are where we left off, slowly proceeding with our numerous little projects to make this place livable. Smoothing here is almost done. I'm gonna start engraving at some point. Might keep my wood here, or the extra wood. Because no one's gonna steal that, right? And do have these dug out already. In any case, we are gonna dig out that. Sure that, well, no gold gets left in the walls where we can't rescue it from the mean water. And we are just gonna smelt it down. Turn it into grown-up gold, namely gold bars. And here we're just gonna put some diorite in the walls. Much like the actual layer this is made from, so that it will be indistinguishable from the actual walls once things are smoothed out. Haha! Yay, so. There we go. Now it will take some effort to actually diorite it down, because diorite takes a while to lug, being, well, stone that hasn't been turned into blocks, but... Omelette, eggs, sometimes you break a few. Just need to commit a bit of manpower to make it be a thing. It's no biggie. And I can start smoothing that, in fact, as well. Once they are ready for that to be a thing. My miners slash smoothers, that is. Of course, right now they seem to be lugging diorite, but, you know, as a thing, that could be a thing. They are coming down through this. This guy is actually lugging it outside, going to this stairway and going down through there. I'm gonna wall that stairway off. It's an alternate way into my fortress and I don't like it. It's just gonna stay there long enough to set up a few things. Mostly it's an access place for the mills. We're gonna start by making a couple of mills for the producing of the power for the system here. And speaking of, cut down all the trees around them. Please. When you get the opportunity, of course. Okay, he has become a jeweler. That means his skill in setting and cutting is comparable. So he gets counted as a jeweler, not a setter or cutter. There are some predefined, you know, multi-skill, professions in Dwarf Therapist. Or in the game, for that matter, I guess. Actually, I think this one is in the game. But you can definitely define your own professions in Dwarf Therapist. Not that I've ever tried it, and I don't know what it does exactly, but I assume you can set some cool stuff up in there. Must be a thing of some kind that's actually useful, otherwise it wouldn't be in there, I would assume. And straight down the middle as well. There we go, all of the smooths. That is the last of the gold, I think. So, unsuspend bituminous coal. Let's smoke that up. Now that we've dug out a smidgen more of it. Just a smidgen. I could make my quarry on this side. There seems to be a bit of microline there. And yes, I could make it on this level, but this level will have workshops, which actually will dig out a fair bit of microline inevitably, but you know, it's not going to be an actual quarry there, obviously. Okay, we're going to smooth this, then we're going to make the pump, then we're going to make the gears, and it's all going to be awesome. Yeah, I think very much it's going to be quite awesome. Excellent. Just want a neatly defined channel here. That's what I'm looking for. A neatly, nicely defined channel that doesn't look like crap when it's filled with water. So, with 7 smoothers it shouldn't take too long to do this. Right. Oh, it looks like they've leveled up on their smoothing as well. That's certainly good for when I start them engraving stuff. I think I want to have a 3 or 4 man squad of actual military before I dig down into the caverns. Just to have some basic militia. Just the most basic of militias. Especially since they won't have any armor or anything. Just some basic melee weapons. But you know, I do want something to throw at a random troglodyte or whatever might be down there. Someone to stomp on crundles, essentially. And this is going pretty quickly. They are... all of them are there and they're moving pretty damn fast. Working together like that. As you can see for yourselves. Just systematically smoothing it out, making it a thing. And those guys have both become woodcutters, apparently. Okay, let that be a thing. I don't mind. The raw fish, I might not even process all that much, I might just... Actually, no, I want to process the raw fish, because the raw fish turns... well, stuff like mussels gives me shells and the like, so... you know, it's useful to do that, because it gives me stuff I can turn into shell and bone crafts, essentially. And now it's spring. It means 2 things. We're gonna get a caravan from the elves, which is mostly useless. And we are gonna get more migrants at the end of the season, or somewhere midway through it anyway. Which is actually kind of good, since, you know, the first year is crappy, you get 2 migrant waves and they're usually relatively small. Second year your population can really jump to 50 or 60 relatively easily. You can like triple easily. Then again, our population did triple in the first year. That is true, it did triple, it's just that our population was sucky there. But this thing, we could get a 40% migration wave. We could get that. That could be a thing that happens. Okay, so we're gonna make our microline pump with wooden internal components here, and then we're gonna open the thing up here to access the actual water. You're gonna have a sploosh, which is instantly why we have the door. The doors are watertight, as you will be able to see here momentarily. Which is why it's a good thing to use them in situations where water might be involved sometimes. Since with a wall you can still pass through it, but at the same time water can't. Pump from south. So, like this. Like this. Someone is gonna go and get the thing, and it's gonna be awesome. And after that we're just gonna open the thing up, and it's gonna be even more glorious. We are gonna need more mechanisms in order to actually make this work though. So we're gonna do that. Why don't we keep our supply, such as it is, of munitions here for now? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And you are meanwhile working on all the things there. Yes, I think everyone is gonna be busy gathering all the munitions that we did buy, such as they are. Okay, too high. So we get a total power of 20 from each. So 3 of them should be enough. Even 2 would probably be enough. 1 probably would be. And you are still getting built, good, but we want a gear assembly here. Then a vertical axle here. Here, all the way up to the surface, where we'll have another gear assembly here, like this, a mill on top of it, and a horizontal axle along the north-south thing, another horizontal axle along the north-south thing, and have this whole thing cooked together to provide power to the thing down here. Now the dwarves will eventually start making this happen. Eventually. It's kind of a question when they're done sleeping and get on with it. So you're gonna get the block and get that done, I assume. Yeah, they're not sleeping in the beds, strangely enough. Now it needs masonry. Which... so it just needs architecture or not mechanics. Weird. But some of these others definitely need mechanics. Yeah, these do. Okay, that's fine then. Okay, cancel a few of those. And make me 4 traction benches for the hospital. Because those might be necessary. And you, the guy that is doing the thing. Slowly approach. He might hit level 3 off of the gems we have left. Maybe if we have a few. Don't have that many, so he probably won't unless I dig up some more. In terms of which area I finish first, I think the very top has to take priority, and then this place maybe. I don't know. There are a lot of places I would like to work over with the microline stuff. Yes. Repeat that, make that a thing, that's great. You can see this shifting, that means that it's actually active. And things are actually happening there. But this gear assembly isn't installed yet, even though the pump is, which is why this isn't cycling yet. So yeah, we'll have plenty of power here, a little bit to spare even. Okay, now it's cycling, which means that now we do the riskiest part of all. We open it to the water, here. And the water gets pushed down from the menu level, you know, with the force of the height of the water here, into here. Well, actually, the pump protected the guy because it pumped the water out. Okay, so I guess we have, well, suppose just enough water to fill this top layer. Well, if not fill it, then make a good start of it. Okay, so this is actually gonna dry out now. Weird. Cool though. That means we could actually access this again and go down here if we wanted to. It is enough though to make the well, essentially not dry. we can now get water from there. And the water that is coming in from here will not be stagnant, it will be filtered by the pump, which is another advantage of why we did it this way instead of some other potential way. Okay, that is good so far. Okay, let's smooth this out, since we have guys that aren't doing anything. And once we've done smoothing that, I think we might start doing some other things as well, like carving out a workshop area here. I'm thinking 9 by 14. On either side, that was a total of 16 workshops, which along with the stuff we have up top should provide us enough workshop room to handle most of the things we're gonna need in this fortress. Yeah. Meanwhile, let's make some of this, or set this up anyway. And you are happily smoothing, yes, good. Okay. Let's, for the sake of argument, say that I made 10 gold doors. Do I need 10 gold doors? How do I want to do this? Okay, let's start with chairs. Let's make 10 gold thrones. This would be easier if I had a manager, but... Actually, yeah. Let's wait until the next migrant wave. We can afford to do that. Let's wait till the next migrant wave and see if we get a actual blacksmith, and if that's the case, we'll let him handle it. If not, in that case, we will simply assign a bookkeeper and manager, and we will just order it up and get it started. So yeah, that's when we'll start that. And there's the elven caravan. Great. The elves are here. Whoop-de-doo. That's great. Still, that does mean we're getting closer to the point where we actually get the migrants with all of their awesomeness. First priority is, I think, a bookkeeper and a manager. After that, it's debatable. Gold, basic gold stuff. You know, I think that does improve our chances of actually getting a guy of blacksmithing if we're actually doing some of it here. So let's make enough for the offices. Let's do that. Well, that should be a decent start. And our farmers have actually picked up a fair bit of skill now that I look at it. That's great. Good job. Good job. I'm certainly happy with that. I'm not gonna bother trading with elves, I think. Don't see much point. They're not gonna have anything good. They never do. Okay, you are happily smoothing it out. That's great. That is perfect, in fact. Actually, this looks crappy. Dig out that corner there. Just dig out that little corner for me there. It'll be better that way. Yeah, just Well, that's actually a gold wall, but even so, I think it will look better without it. Yeah, we want to give a little bit of an opening here so the dwarves can actually, you know, move to the appropriate seats and the like, so we'll handle it that way. As for here, you're just finishing the last traction bench. Perfect! That is actually great. Perfect. So we'll put the traction benches. Traction benches are for dwarves that have been smashed up to the point where they have to be held immobile. You know, like those hospital beds where people are suspended from ropes and stuff. It's stuff like that, essentially. That's what we're talking about. We're gonna make sure we have more than we're ever gonna need. 10 beds, 4 traction benches, that's a really big hospital. Most dwarves are either... Well, dwarves can get badly hurt, but a lot of dwarves will be hurt slightly to the point where they can be just sewn up and are mobile. Or killed. Dwarves that are smashed up to the point of needing traction, who still manage to recover, are relatively rare in terms of what kind of wounds you can actually expect to get. You know. So that's something to keep in mind. You only need so many hospital beds, because most of those fuckers just end up dead. Fun, huh? Well, actually it is fun. I love counting dead dwarves. It makes me feel all fuzzy and tingly inside. Ah, yes. Yes, excellent. And they're nearly done with that as well. Here they're just doing their thing, that's great. I will move the gem cutters to this level. I might make a bone crafter guy there, once I have some more guys. And I will assign one dwarf to be an exclusively a... Well, I will assign him to either be a bone crafter exclusively or to be a crafter of all types. And I will turn all those bones I have gathered up into munitions, since I don't need to trade them. They will just be munitions at that point. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll turn them into munitions. The coal is gonna happily get burned up in the smelters. That is not gonna be a problem. Not at all. And they are doing very, very well on their thing. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Minute and a half left on the timer, good. I do kind of need to take a break because I have some other things I need to handle. So, you know. And apparently we've stuck some, again, crappy gems. The best we have had is what, red tourmalines, and those are only second tier gems anyway. So we haven't had any really good gems yet, but I expect that there are some deeper down, no doubt. Bound to be, really. And you are having the time of your life trying to dig through that. You get a lot of snowstorms up there. Luckily we are safely dug in. How are we on booze? 100 units of drink left. It's not a lot, is it? You're taking your sweet time making those gold doors, aren't you? That needs to be dumped. Just someone remove that. Wow, that's a lot of... Wow, he killed a one-humped camel. That's a big kill. It's a pretty sizable animal. And larger animals are generally harder to kill, they can take more damage. Okay. Okay. Okay, it went quiet there and I was kind of worried. Okay, what are you good at? 37 kills. Bit of a maze dwarf. And... no, you're the broker. How do you have that many kills? Huh? Oh. So apparently, that's a different kind. He has had a lot of kills. Groundhogs, rabbits... How? With what? Your skills don't make sense. With what, a mace? Maybe he's a fucking vampire. He might be a fucking vampire. I wouldn't put it past him. It can't be. It's too early for us to have vampires, right? Surely it's too early for bloody vampires. Also, put those doors down there. Surely it's too early for that particular brand of bullshit, right? Right, game? Okay, that's slowly starting to unfreeze. That's good. That means we'll get more water in the reservoir. But I'm gonna call it an episode here. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So see you then.